Algoma announced yesterday that just 4 months after its acquisition of its neighboring combined heat and power plant, formerly Lake Superior Power Plant, the idled facility is back online, supplying power to Algoma's power grid. August 1st was the first day of production, generating 32 megawatts of power, just in time to meet summer's peak power requirements. Algoma's CEO, Kalyan Ghosh, said the redundancy this facility will provide as several of their existing assets approach end of life is of critical importance. The new plant not only gives Algoma the capability to satisfy its peak power requirements, but it significantly enhances their reliability as they ramp up plate production to meet domestic demand. The combined heat and power plant has the capacity to increase output to 110 megawatts with the addition of a second gas turbine. Initially, the facility will operate intermittently, supplementing Algoma's current supply of power and steam for the steelworks operation. Ontario's Ministry of Natural Resources says firefighters continue to make excellent progress in tackling the massive forest fire Parry Sound 33 in the northeast. The fire started on July 18th and has burned through more than 100 square kilometers of forest. It was remapped at 11,185 hectares yesterday and remains stalled about 5 kilometers from the Trans-Canada Highway. The ministry says crews are holding back the fire in critical areas of Parry Sound 33, especially along the northeast edge. Higher winds tested that perimeter yesterday, but hose lines held and the fire was kept in check. The ministry says no new fires were discovered yesterday and one was actually extinguished, but there were still 47 active forest fires spread across the northeast and 21 remained out of control. Smoke continues to affect air quality and visibility in the region, and Environment Canada has posted special air quality statements stretching from Georgia Bay area through to Espanola, North Bay, and east to Mattawa along the Ottawa River. In addition to 47 active fires in northeastern Ontario, firefighters are battling another 101 fires in the northwest and receiving assistance from crews across Canada, the United States, and Toronto police say a recovery effort will continue this morning to find a vehicle that fell into Lake Ontario last night. Reports say at least one person was trapped in the vehicle when it went into the harbor at about 10 o'clock. Police have not yet said how many people may have been in the vehicle. One man at the scene told a television station that he saw a vehicle making a three-point turn, turned away, then heard a loud splash. Toronto fire officials say a bystander jumped into the water in an attempt to mount a rescue, but was unsuccessful. Police say the bystander was able to safely get out of the water. Algoma Public Health is advising you of a potential blue-green algae bloom in Deborah Lake in Johnson Township. Blue-green algae are naturally found in freshwater lakes, often present in low numbers and barely visible. When conditions are right, though, they can increase in numbers to form a scum called a bloom. Public Inspector with the Algoma Public Health Unit, Blair Shaw, says some types of blue-green algae produce toxins that can make humans and animals sick when breathed in, swallowed, or touched. Symptoms may include vomiting, fever, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps, or skin, eyes, nose, and throat irritation. Algoma Public Health recommends that residents not use the water for recreational activities like swimming or water skiing. Don't drink the water or use it for food preparation, and use other safe water sources. Boiling or adding bleach to the water increases the amount of toxins and does not make it safe. Don't bathe or shower in the water. Don't let pets or livestock use the water for drinking or wading. And do not eat the liver, kidneys, or other organs of fish caught in that water. On Wednesday, City Police arrested 49-year-old Lynn Duguay of Allen Side Road and 29-year-old Jamie McEwen of Morin Street for drug and firearm offenses. At about 4 o'clock, officers conducted a traffic stop on St. George's Avenue at North Street. Duguay was driving the vehicle and McEwen was the passenger. During the stop, officers found a small amount of cocaine and methamphetamine and a sawed-off shotgun in the vehicle. The serial number on the firearm had been tampered with. Both individuals have been charged with possession of a controlled substance, several firearms offenses, and tampering with the serial number. Both are expected in court on September 10th. Ontario NDP leader Andrea Horwath says the provincial government's planned court challenge of Ottawa's carbon tax is a waste of public money. Horwath is calling the move politically motivated.
All this government can do is waste tax dollars on a silly lawsuit against the federal government.
Boo.
I'm sorry, but what he promised, he was going to stop the waste. That's what he promised. This is not stopping the waste. This is wasting public dollars on a politically motivated court challenge that is going to do nothing at all for the cause, in terms of his cause to stop the federal government, because he's not going to win, and everybody says that. All he's going to do is flush good public dollars down the toilet. He claims that he wants to save $25 million at the City of Toronto. Why does he want to flush untold millions of dollars down the toilet on a lawsuit that's not going to be successful? Again, Mr. Ford says one thing, but does exactly the opposite. He did not get elected to waste public dollars. He got elected to do the opposite.
According to government figures submitted to the Parliamentary Budget Office, the federal government has spent over $270 million on irregular border crossers over the last year and a half. The figures were requested by Parliamentary Budget Officer Jean-Denis Frechette in early July and were recently released to members of the Immigration Committee. All four agencies involved in dealing with irregular migration submitted amounts they've spent every month since early 2017, when the influx of asylum seekers began to ramp up. Canada Border Services Agency reports it spent about $54.5 million between April 2017 and June 2018. The agency said it did not have comprehensive data prior to that period because the numbers of irregular asylum seekers in previous years were small and they were mainly only being tracked manually. The Immigration Department, meanwhile, has spent over $117 million since early 2017, and the RCMP says it has spent over $7.3 million since June 2017. The Immigration and Refugee Board, an arm's-length agency that adjudicates refugee claims and appeals, began tracking irregular migrants back in February 2017. Since then, the agency has spent just under $17 million to process 18,000 claims in 2017 and 11,760 so far in 2018. Based on the volume of claims in 2017-18, the IRB estimates it will receive a total of 20,000 refugee claims from irregular migrants this year and another 20,000 next year. It has projected the cost to process all of those claims at $73.6 million.